So my name is Chad, and I'm the team principal for aUToronto or aUToronto. We don't really discriminate on how you say it. Oh, is this the mic? Hello. Okay, there we go. Welcome. So we're U of T's autonomous vehicle team. So yeah, we're an autonomous vehicle team. We're consisted of around 75 to 100 team members, consisting of mostly undergrads, but also graduate students as well. And we build to compete in the GM SAE Auto Drag Challenge 2 competition. But just because it's a competition, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's all just doing competition. We also do a lot of research and technical work as well. So let's get right into it. So this is our car. Meet Artemis, our car. We like to call him Artie. So we have 3 Septon solid-state LiDARs. They're called the P60s on the top. So actually, hold on. Let me just start by saying that this white car has been provided and sponsored by GM. It's an actual stock Chevy Bolt EUV that we have to modify to get it to work for self-driving. On the top, we have the sensor rack, where we have 3 Septon solid-state LiDARs, and we have 4 lucid cameras. One in the left, one in the center, one in the right, all wide angles. And we have one in the center that is long range. We also have a Novatel GNS INSS, which stands for GPS navigational system and inertial navigational system. We have blue lights for safety. We take safety very seriously. And we have 1 continental radar inside the bumper. Radars can penetrate through plastic. And 1 Septon LiDAR on the bottom as well. So this is actually what our car sees. We can't see behind us, but that's okay because in the competition, we only have to go forward, so that's okay. And this is our sensor coverage of our perception system. So this is a little bit about our car. And I'm here because I just wanted to tell you about the recruiting teams and how you can join aUToronto and what we expect from you, but what you can also expect from us. So this is our main sort of recruiting teams. On the top, you have dynamics and operations. So those are called departments. And underneath perception, autonomy, and systems, they're called the stacks. And each of those gray ones that you see are called the sub-team leads. So you don't have to really know it. All you have to know is that this is the general structure of our team. System safety is sort of in the middle because it's a special team. We'll get to that. So starting with operations, we have marketing, which is responsible for social media posts, recruitment, photography and videography, and graphic design. So just because you're part of marketing, that doesn't necessarily mean that you won't be doing anything technical, because you have to know enough about our car in order to promote it well, right? So this is some of the responsibilities that we have. For business, it's also very important because this is where we do our sponsor outreach. We are sponsored by a lot of teams, a lot of organizations, and it's only thanks in part to the business team. And we also have these sick merchandises. I think aUToronto has very cool merchandise, which is also business's responsibility. So these are sort of the operations, the non-technical. If you're more of an entrepreneurial spirit that wants to know about how teams operate, because we are really like a company, I think joining these 2 teams would be great for your advancements. System safety, this is a new team that's introduced this year. So this is sort of like an auditor, So you design and test safety requirements on the car. You have to learn about the ISO standards that adhere to the SAE Level 4 autonomous vehicles. There's the operation analysis, so what kind of operations and environments can the autonomous vehicles operate in. And there's the SOTIF and validation report that we have to write. So this is a sort of a middle ground between the case study teams versus the technical teams, where you're not fully technical, but you're also not fully just writing reports, right? So this is a new team, I think, and safety is very important for autonomous vehicles, right? So this is something, I think, as an engineer, something that's very important to learn. And finally, we have the dynamics, which is sort of the meat and potatoes of our team. Underneath, we have 3 stacks: perception, autonomy, and systems. So underneath perception, we have 2D vision, which is responsible for anything to do with cameras and images. We have 3D, which stands for 3D object detection, so this is LiDARs and radars. And our tracking algorithm, which merges 2D and 3D into an object tracking result. For autonomy, we have simulation, mapping, localization, controls, and planning. So all of these are responsible for the actual autonomy of the car, where simulation is sort of, where we do the simulation in MathWorks, and mapping, localization, controls, and planning are all working together to make the car actually drive itself. In terms of systems, we have drivers, infrastructure, GUI, VI, which is vehicle interface, and electrical, and mechanical. So this is anything that parts sort of surrounds the car to make it actually work and interface with the hardware. So with all these teams, what did we actually accomplish? Well, what can we accomplish? So this is a demo of our self-driving car. It's a barrel avoidance demo. So this is actually running fully autonomously. And you can see that in the path, it saw the barrels and it dynamically rerouted itself to go around the barrel to find the right path. And when it's blocked, it has to stop, obviously. So it stops. Yeah, pretty close, but it does stop. Yeah. This is our traffic light demo. So this is, again, running fully autonomously. And it's going to an intersection. And it finds the right lane. And it sees that the traffic light is red, which means to stop. So it'll stop. And once the traffic light turns green, which, yeah, there we go, it goes. So you can, on the top right corner, that's where you see our planning algorithm, corresponding planning algorithm that's being recognized. And yep. And finally, this is in our competition where you can actually see the car drive itself. There we go. It's the inside view. So this is actually one of our competition test runs. Or I think this actually is a competition, if I remember correctly. So what it approaches the railroad, it has to stop. So again, it does. And then once the, once the railroad goes up, yeah, it goes. And then it also does the same thing. But yeah, so the systems team would be responsible for actually making the handles move and start and stop and all that stuff. There we go, it's making the turns nicely. Yeah, so these are some of the things that we can accomplish. So to entice you guys, why join us, right? Well, I think there's 4 things that we want to emphasize, and that's we have a very high standard. We have opportunity to learn and grow, interaction with top professors, and sense of community and camaraderie. So we've been winning a lot of our competition. In fact, 6 out of 7 times, and the one time that we got second was because our cameras broke down, and we really couldn't do anything about that. This year, we clean swept on every single category with all the first places. And that's only possible because we do keep our recruitment and we do keep our members to a very high standard, which I think helps you learn and helps you grow within the team. And these companies, there we go. These companies are and organizations are some places that our alumni/members have joined as part of their internship or as their full-time. So as you can see, we only hire the top of the top, cream of the crop talent to be part of our team. And what that means is that you'll be surrounded by talented people like yourselves. Secondly, we have an actual opportunity to learn and grow. Because we do not hire everybody, and we can't, and we try to keep the team size small, you actually get to do meaningful work, and you actually get to have an opportunity to do things around the team that actually impacts it. So I think, and we have mentorships from our leads and our technical directors that really helps you learn. And a lot of our leads right now have started with the team from the beginning and sort of worked their way up. Thirdly, we have interaction with top professors. So on the left, we have Professor Waslander, responsible for Trail Lab. In the middle, Professor Kelly with the STARS Lab. And at the right, Professor Barfoot with ASRL. They're the 3 advisors that advise over aUToronto. and you get to interact with them directly and get their advice. And finally, a sense of community and camaraderie. We don't just like to, grind ourselves, which sometimes we do, but we also like to have fun. And I hope that shows in our pictures. We are truly like a family. Some would say we're like a cult, but no, I would say family. We like to have fun, and I want you guys to have fun as well. So, with all that being said, how do you join? You go to aUToronto.ca/join us, and that's where you will find this recruitment page. Just a quick recap, and I'm done. We have a lot of instructions going forward, why join us, what we expect from you. I hope that you guys can all read this. In here, you can find open team positions where you can apply, or where you can see all the different open team positions that are available. And there's an optional side challenge that you can do, optional challenge that you can submit if you feel like your resume doesn't really have that pop to that with the relevant experiences with the teams. So what this is actually for you guys who wants to prove to us that you have the talent and you have the work ethic to do the tasks that are assigned, but maybe your resume doesn't immediately show that, right? So we're just giving you guys the opportunity to shine. And at the bottom, you can press apply now, which will go to Google Forms. I've already applied because I just needed to test something, but you'll see the Google Forms. So yeah, that's it from me. I will take any questions, and thank you. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions or not? Yeah, hello.
Isn't the GM competition on like a 4-year cycle?
Oh yeah, you know a lot. Yeah, so yes, that's something that a lot of people don't know, and it's kind of weird to do. So we are on the 4th year of this year, but they actually extended it for 1 more year next year. So this team will actually survive for next year. We don't know what's going to happen after that, but yeah, this is a 4th year of the 2nd cycle. Yeah. Any other? Oh, yeah. Yeah, on the side.
So I understand that these positions are very competitive. Are there any that are in like perception or autonomy of systems that are slightly more beginner friendly or are slightly less competitive, or are they all very tough?
I think autonomy and perception, as you can probably tell, they're the most competitive ones. So out of all of them, I think there's nothing that's more or less competitive. Maybe mapping and state estimation, just because they're sort of indirectly, I guess, indirectly impacting the team rather than the controls and planning, which is right in the heart of the thing. But I think perception and autonomy, they're sort of all equal in terms of competitiveness. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
So is GM going to review for another cycle after like the 5th year, the 2nd cycle?
I have no idea. Yeah, you should ask GM. That's an information that we do not have. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Well, you can also see us at 2140. I think. 2145. Yeah, 2145 to know more information, and there's demos there as well. We would love to have you there. Thank you.